All right, we are on the back nine of the 2023 Summer Major opening round. In my odd account, it didn't shoot bad on the front. I'm still trying to get something in these first three. I feel pretty good about these last holes, and I just barely missed hole number 8. I feel pretty good. I have gotten one Albie on, I think it's hole number 5 this week. And so we have that going for us. So let's see if I can get something going on these first 3 holes. Let's look at it. Hole number 1. Now, one of the things is I've always played to the bottom, and I'm playing to the top up here, and on the front I hit out here into the rough. And I had a good shot at it, but did not make it. So let's see if I can get up to the right spot this time. I'm going to take my number 4 bag. And you do not have to bring out a big power ball on this. But I don't really want to do any overpower. I'm just trying to see what I can get if I just take a power 3 ball and go out there. And I really don't know that I need... Let me take it tight. And I have no idea what it's going to be from the top of that hill, but I'm going to play a plus 20 from the top of the hill. And we'll see where we're at. Where I've been hitting to the left-hand side, down in that area, I've actually been taking a little bit of wind off. But on the right-hand side, which I think when the holes originally came out, I tried the left-hand side for the first tournament, and it was, at that point, it was really tough on the left, or excuse me, the right-hand side to get up there. But they redesigned the course for this tournament, and it does seem a little bit easier to get over on the right-hand side to get up there. So I say that it seems a little easier, and then the first time I took that shot, I ended up in the rough. So there you go. 4.4. Let's see here. 4.4 divided by 1.7. Maybe 258 if I didn't add on anything. Hey. $258. That's 2.6. I'm gonna do 2.75. Actually, I'm just gonna do 3 rings. I'm gonna put a little bit of curl to bring it back. And I hit it great to the right. The curl should save me. Now, yes, I left a lot on the table to get up there, but the whole thing is I'm just trying to see what I can get without hitting any overpower. And I did leave a little on the table, but I don't know that I left so much, because if you can bring out a power 2 ball, I should be able to get it done with a power 3 from that spot. My goal is just to not have to hit this with overpower. The deal is that on these types of par 4s, if you can end up in the same spot on the drive every time with minimal effort, you start to dial in that second shot. Grizzly, I am at minimum. Whew, man, I think I have enough room to work the wind out here. 3. And I'm going to do a max adjustment even though I'm at minimum club. Times 3. 3.6 rings. 3.6 rings. If I can get lined up with the wind. There's 1, 2, 3. Right back to the red line. Hitting it perfect. Oh, it was close. Slightly overpulled it with the 20%. I did 20% at max club even though I was at minimum. So let's think about if I would have did minimum club right there. Minimum club would have been 1.2, so that would have been just 3 instead of 3.6, and that would have been bad. That would have been way bad. I'd have been on the other side of the hole. So I'm thinking maybe 15% at max club. Making some notes here. 1-to-1, even though I'm at minimum club, and I will tell you, I either need to not hit that far, or I need to switch to a katana. And if I'm going to switch to a katana, I brought the Thor's hammer because it gives me good ball guide going up there, but I could bring out a bigger hitting club and get farther up. But if that's the case, if I stick with the 3 power ball, I'm going to end up being in my long iron, and I'd have to switch to a Goliath. I don't think the Grizzly's got enough. I don't think a Grizzly would have enough topspin to get me there. And I have a note on my note sheet. I have a question mark, and behind it I have Goliath. So I suppose it just depends on how you want to play it. All right. I'm still drawing boarding on that one. I might practice that hole next time just to give me a couple, make sure my bag is set up right. I would definitely want to have that hole dialed in before we get to the weekend round. Hole number 2. All right. I'm gonna try. I think I played this at mid, which was 1.1 per ring. I played it with a Quasar and a Sniper. Quasar. Off we roll. Now on the front, the wind was blowing kind of like this, and now we got wind blowing like this, and I did a plus 15 on the front and did not pull it enough at all. Here's min. I mean, you're at minimum club. I'm going to do a max pull at minimum club. 437. And let's just mess this all up. There's 4, 4. Oh, and then I hit it great. So we'll have no idea. No idea. I did a 25% pull there at max club, even though I was in minimum club, to come up with the 437, and I did hit it great to the right, but and that might be a slight over pull. I might have needed to do maybe a 20% at max. But we'll never know. I think I slightly over pulled it though. I'm going to make a note here. Play max. Play 1-to-1. Let's try a 20%. I'm not saying the 25 didn't work, but I think I over pulled it. Now there is a rough bump here. And you need to get it right. And that is not that far downhill, so that's the whole... It is downhill. Is that in the hole? Close. Slight overpull, and you can tell from where they hit. I think they set it up pretty centered, and they did not hit centered. Perfect. In the hole. All right. Still no success on holes number 1 and 2. But I'm going to make hole number 3 right here. Let's just make an agreement. I'm not taking my putter. I'm not even taking my bag. I'm taking an APOC and a Grizzly. And that is it. Let me pick my bag first. Let me make sure I got the right bag. APOC and a Kingmaker. Bag number 5. And a Kingmaker. Heartbreaker. Wind's blowing like that. Let's look at the hole. Let's look at the big picture. Alright, I'm going down into this area right here, so let's see if we can achieve this. Now, what I did notice on the last time we played this was I pulled back. From where I pulled back, I was actually right along this line. I was right inside of that. If I'd hit a grate to the left, I probably would have been in trouble over here. So I have a lot of room on this side, so I can go forward just a little bit more. And that'll net me a little bit more distance. But if you get too greedy, you can go too far forward, you'll end up on the rough on the right-hand side. So, and there's no marking spots out there, and we're so close to us that we're in between mid and minimum clubs, so there's no numbers that we can go off of. Like they're at plus 16 right there. You could pull back to like the plus 1, but I'm way behind the plus 1, so you can see these little marks out here on the sand. I'm out there by that. Let's see if they can get that. If they have enough curl to get them around the bend from there. I don't think so, but maybe. And they did. Look at that. Let's get it all on. Oh! Where's the plus 0? There's 0 right there, and that's way too close. .39 divided by 1.5, 2.86 rings. There's 286. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. There was a spot out there on the sand that I was trying to set up right. I was trying to get my ring on that spot so that it was something that I could replicate. That is definitely going to be in my long iron range. Excellent. Excellent. And that's about as far as I could get. I mean, there is a little bit of room between me and the rough right here, but I'm not interested in flirting with that much. Yeah, I'm going to do plus 15 to the cup, 1.15 times whatever the wind is, divided by, times whatever the wind is, divided by 0.9. And I am right there. I'm right there. Let's see what they move it. They're at minimum club. They moved it 3.2 rings. So they were doing min. Min should be 1.3, 1.2. It looks like it might go in. It's in the hole. Let's see if we can do the same thing my opponent did. Okay, I'm definitely in max club. 3.96 rings. There's 4 rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Didn't pull it enough. Arrgh. I guess we're at plus 20 now. I like my opponent's shot. They just hit it where they were at with the sniper, but I do like taking that shot with the long iron. I just haven't made it yet. I will. I'm saving all of my drops on holes number 1, 2, and 3 for the weekend round. That's the deal. I'm just demoing all those shots for you guys today. All right, let's see if I can get into this area again. And I did a +0 to the cup here with the Hornet at mid club. Let's see if I can get back to that area. Which way's the wind blowing? All right. And I'm going to take that bag. Just a little bit of headwind. I think I should be all right. Now, what ball to bring? A 3 power ball is it. I'll take one of those balls right there. Right there. Let's make sure. All right. All right. Bag number 1. And that ball. Maybe. .3. It's about a ring and a half. It puts me about a half a ring into power. Little teeny bit of curl, a little teeny bit of power. And I'm 7,000 rings to the left. A perfect that might have made it over. Maybe. You can see where my ball's at. If I went to the right, I think I'm right along the lip right here. But it rolls out a little bit better coming this way. It's a little hilly going uphill here. It loses a little bit, and over here it's a little bit flatter. I think if I'd have hit that perfect, instead of 2.5 rings, 3 rings straight to the left, it would have been better. That's all right. We're going to make this shot right here. I'll show you how to do it with a rough iron. Since I had to take the last putt with my wood on the last hole, since I didn't bring any other clubs out. There's max, there's mid, so I'm at mid club. 2.3 divided by 4, 0.57 rings. .6 rings. There's .6. Hitting it perfect. And that was not in the hole. Arrgh! I hit on that hill face with all that backspin, and it got that bump going up. It pushed it back a little bit. With headwind, I needed to do a little bit of an adjustment to get past that. You could see when I was trying to make the adjustment that a little bit behind me, the ball responded differently. I guess it wasn't headwind. I guess from this angle it is a little side. Did not adjust it correctly. Missed it. And with a Thorn, I would have put all the backspin on it and tried to get up there on the flat on the green and tried to avoid that hillside like the Plague, because it gets that weird bounce. Here we go. All right. Just making more work for myself on the rest of the holes. I got to pick up 3, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes to pick up 3, so we might as well just pick them all up. Now I've taken this shot on the next hole. It's a par 5. And I took the shot to the right at the beginning of the week and I made an Albie. But I've switched my shot from the right to the center lane, the center fairways. And I've been in the perfect spot, but I have not dropped the Albie. So I almost think I need to switch back to the other side. See which way the wind's blowing. The wind's not helping or hurting us, but it would definitely be beneficial to hit over to this side for the second shot, because we wouldn't have quite tailwind, but we would have semi tailwind to the cup, as opposed to hitting out here where now we're going to have pure side wind to the cup. So I think I'm going to hit to the right. Let's make sure. Now I took that bag out of my rotation. Now I need to go back and put one in. Okay, I know I'm not using my number 2 bag. So let's put a big topper in here. Big topper. Big topper. And I'm not sure. We'll have to see what the big topper looks like. My big topper in my 77 account is level 7. And at level 7 it picks up a little bit of distance. I think it's 225. I think I still have enough room here though. If that bag does not work, if for some reason I don't like that first shot, I'm going to switch to my number 4 bag and take that shot. But we'll start off here and see if we can get the shot to the right to go. If the red line is such that I can get out to the area I want without doing any overpower or anything strange, I'm going to use my big topper. If I'm a little short, I could up the ball, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just hit the straightforward shot. From the right hand side, I was doing +0 to the cup. It's absolutely, I mean, it's just flat. You're on the same tier, but I think the straightforward area might be uphill from the cup. So you're hitting downhill. Alan goes first, using a katana. And you can use a katana here. The deal is you want to make sure you get enough distance on this drive out there so that you can not have to bounce over the sand. You can hit on the tongue and run it up. See if my opponent can get to where they want. Perfect. Il Prefecto. Nice. Curious to see what the 2-power ball, where they look at down, what the look is down there. I got plenty. Maximum topspin. And however much side spin I can get on. at the plus 10 mark. 3.4, it's 2.1 per ring. Hitting it perfect. We'll see if I put enough curl on there. I did. Just barely, but I did. And the whole goal was to try and clear this sand right here, so I'm right on track with that. So I won't need much spin in order to bring it back to the left to the cup. I want to give myself a couple rings of separation on this when I come in. And so I'll put a little teeny bit of spin on it. And I'm going to do plus 0, plus 1. Man, I don't like that. You know, you have other spin you could put on it. They hit that to the left. They are in big fucking trouble. Whatever the wind is, plus 0.1. I am definitely, I'm going to do whatever the wind is, plus 0.1. Two point one rings. It's 2-1. Oh, fuck, and then I hit it 2 rings great to the left. I could have been farther off, but I'm not sure how. It looked 2 rings, so it's probably like a ring and a half. It looked like it was 7,500 rings. I ordered some stuff for my D&D campaign, some prop stuff that came in today. I'm all excited. We're going to try and play on Sunday. Maybe. Maybe. My character has a bunch of artifacts, so we found pictures online of what the artifacts look like, and those items are products. And I've ordered some of them. Gotta have fun. Come on, you gotta have fun. No matter how old you are, you gotta still have fun. All right. Hole number 15. Hole number 15. What is hole number 15? Hole number 6. Alright, plus 70. Which way's the wind blowing? I'm doing a plus 70% adjustment times the wind divided by 1. I'm doing 5 backspin and 1 right hand side spin. It is super important that you know that. Let's go back. I'm going to bring a katana. This is one of those holes that's super hard to find the spin. You're so far downhill. I mean, you are way downhill. It's so hard to get into a spot where you can look at your spin while you're adjusting it and kind of dial it in and then trying to find the spot. So this is a hole that you definitely, the first time you figure it out, I'm going to write that spin down, and it is 5 backspin, 1 right hand side spin, plus 70. I'll do the wind, do the spin, set it up, get perfect, make a hole in 1. Take that. My opponent goes first. And they were off on the right hand side, and they were going to be long. So let's see how it plays out. Hitting it perfect. Seems to me they're going to miss on the right. and that's almost where they were aiming, and it was going to be long. And I'm going to make this and save them. 5 and 1. 2.9. 3, 4, 5, and 1. And it is 4.93 rings. I'm going to do 5. If I can get lined up with the wind. There's 4. There's 5. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Nah. That was way off. What's funny is I've made this hole 3 times this week, and that was way off. Way off. I tried to save you, bro. I tried. Got themselves up to Mastis. Perfect. That dog will hunt right there. Yes, sir. All right. In the hole. All right, back to the drawing board. I'm going to just chalk that up to wind angle. I've made that shot too many times this week to start dicking around with it. We'll just count that as how the wind was blowing that direction of the wind. Hole number 16. Hole number 16. What is hole number 16? My notes say APOC. Power 5 ball. 6 backspin. 4 side spin. I remember what hole we're on. I remember now. Let's pick a ball. I think... Which way is the wind blowing? Okay, the wind's blowing favorable. And you can get over there. You don't have to have a power 5 ball. I think I used... it seems like I had a backspin ball that I used. Let's see what my ball inventory looks like here. Maybe I only had one of those balls. That would be bad. Four side spin would work. I used one of these right here. Alright, let's use it again. I don't have very many, but I have enough to at least get me through this round. We need to pick up something. I haven't picked up anything so far, so we need to pick up something. .5 divided by 1.4. 3.7 rings. Ring off. 4 and 6. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put all of it on. .7 rings. It's 3.7. Hitting it perfect. And I hit the rough. It felt like that was a big ass pull. That is sucky. I'm looking at my notes here to think what did I do? What did I do wrong here? 3.5, 0.7. Let's make a note here. It got dark all of a sudden outside my house. Plus 10. Ah. All right. We'll just make it from here. Well, at least me and my opponent are on the same page. Spitfire. There's max. There's mid. And I'm eking. Definitely in the 4 per ring range. 1.12 rings. There's 1.12 exactly. Hitting it perfect. Just slightly overpulled it. One ring would have been enough. There's some sticky spots on this particular course with all the little moguls out there where the ball guy doesn't want to run if you like to run your topspin, where it can be difficult. Close, but no cigar for either one of us. That's all right. I feel like I have it in me to shoot big rounds here. It's just I haven't hit on all cylinders yet. So just making the weekend round is all we need. But obviously we'd like to have some good tiebreakers. Shooting a 15 on the front. So far I'm on track for just a minimum score on the back, not having dropped anything. But this next hole, I've got it. I got it. Okay, which way's the wind blowing? Right dead at us. I'm doing 20% times the wind divided by 1. Okay, and I'm going to take a navigator. Let's cut the wind down. I have it wrote down here somewhere. It's 2.5 backspin. I want to leave it just a little bit short of the cup. Now there is a no move shot you can do on this, but I'm actually moving it back. I'm trying to find out where the red line is, and then I'm going to push it 5 rings ahead of the red line. I'm using my grid. Once I find the red line, I'm going to use my grid to mark the spot and then push forward 5 rings. Jump on my hands, stand on one leg, scream at the top of my lungs, take the shot and sink it, and call it a day. That's the goal. Dude, like, how many rings are you going to push that forward for a 4-4 win? I mean, you're still pushing it forward. How many rings? Like, if that ball doesn't go into the freaking rough, shit, that ball might go in the sand. Now watch, they'll make it. And look, they did not look like they were like what the hell were they doing? That, my friends, is no freaking bueno. 4.5. 5.5 rings. Yeah, let's push it back to the red line. And let's get on the red line. Let's push it forward 5 rings. Now we'll do our spin. Should be like 2 and a little. I'm gonna just do the 2 because we got headwind. 5.5 rings. Getting it perfect. Perfect. Get in the hole. I just missed this on the front. Just missed it. I was closer than that on the front and missed it, but that is I did what I've been doing, and I added on one because of the headwind, and I probably should have added on like 20. Arrgh. Dude, you're playing a tournament and you just teed off. And you disconnected? You can't do that, man. You could make that shot. Shit. You only got like one more hole to go. Well, I suppose if their round is that bad. See if I made any notes. I did make some notes on this next hole. The last... Like, they've redesigned these holes, and the redesign is actually pretty mild. Like, if you're not paying attention, some of the fairways are flatter, some of the greens are flatter. Like, this green is flatter. It used to not have any flat area up there at all. Like, if you were a micron off on the left or the right, you were going to roll off to the left or the right. Now it's kind of got a flat area, and it rolls up to the cup. And the cup used to be in a freaking... It was on a mound with a bowl in front of it. And so if you had your speed right to get into the cup, it would encounter those things, and then it would drift off, and it was just like, you know, it was like some circus thing you could never win. Occasionally. But what they did on hole number 9 has changed the second shot. Out of time. All right. In the hole. Winning a chest. All right. I think I might be full. I am. Let's open up one of those chests. Never play without an empty slot. We're farmers. Anybody out there that's new and the deal is that it's not play to win, but you got to have gems in order to open up chests and buy even just the regular balls that are in the store. But if you're playing with full chests, every time you win, you're not getting that chest. It's really... The whole thing is we're trying to harvest out club cards. So unless you have your clubs completely maxed out, you got work to do. So you never want to play without an empty slot. Never. And I have a bag set up for this, and this is the bag right here. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. I may have to rethink my equation here. That wind, absolutely. Well... You know, the shot to the cup might be side wind. It's gonna... Oh, shit. When you spin this around, because we're hitting to here, so our shot coming to the cup is going this direction, so this is side wind. So when you're taking the shot, if you're at the tee box and you're looking forward, it's headwind. And when you're taking this first shot right here... it's going to be headwind, but when you take the second shot, this headwind now becomes almost pure side wind. Maybe. At least that's how it appears right here. I'm going to take that bag. And the second shot requires that I take a big power ball. A 5 power ball with 1 wind is not nearly as good as, and you need some side spin to bring it back around on the second shot. So like this ball might work okay for cutting the wind down, but I might be lacking when it comes to the side spin. Let's bring one. All right. Here we go. Here we go. My notes for the first shot are to pull back to the +5 mark, 2 backspin, maximum right hand side spin. And I've been doing +15 on the drive. My opponent goes first. I think it might still be a little bit of headwind on the second shot, but it's going to get straightened out a little because we're going to be at a different angle. Now my opponent's got a great idea going over there. This rough bump, trying to actually get to the spot on the first shot to make the rough bump successful. You really got to get as much distance as you can, but from over here you got a straight up shot, so there's just, you know, you can just run it up there. +5, max, and 2. And pull back to the +5 mark. .7, 1.82 rings. Or, yeah, 1.82. There's 1.8. Max curl. Isn't it perfect? We'll see if that was too much curl. Getting as much as I can. I'd like to be a little more to the right. You see that rock that's up there by the green? I'm trying to get as far away from that as I can. The ball I've been bringing out had more side spin, so I didn't have to do any curl on it. I was just able to side spin it up there. And it set me up more to the right. I didn't really want to flirt with that. So my opponent can get up there nicely. That dog will hunt. That is nice. 1.7 times 0.9 divided by 2.1. It's 0.72 rings. I'm going to do 0.8. Man, that is freaking close. Oh, fucking, that was... $27 rings, great to the left. Urgh. The thing about that club is if you hit it great to the left or the right, because of its accuracy numbers, it is way great to the left or the right. What do you... They got 14,000, 1 billion earned, and the best club they got is a Firefly. Firefly's a great club. No doubt about it. It does pick up some accuracy, I think, when it gets way upper developed. But one of its weaknesses when it's lower level is it's not very accurate, and it is not very accurate. I mean, you hit that, like, with your rapier, a lot of these shots you can hit great to the left or the right, and it doesn't matter, but with a Firefly, it definitely makes a difference. All right, 27. So I demonstrated exactly what we want to do on the front is pick up 3 per side, and then I demonstrated how to get a minimum score on the back and by dicking around on every one of these holes. I'm not even sure I was actually close. See what the people at the top got. Let's see what they have at the top. We got a 29 right there. My thing is this is what I think is going to happen this week, especially as we get tighter towards the weekend round. People are starting to get their notes dialed in, and so minus 15 is our starting point. So we need to be at minus 30, and we need to be at minus 30 plus. If you're at minus 30 plus, if you're at 31 or better and you don't get a banner, man, you got slapped. So I think if we want to secure a banner, we really have to be at better than minus 30. Depending on our tiebreakers and depending on the bracket, it could be lower. But in the brackets that I'm in, like minus 30 is probably not a win, or minus 30's, top 5 maybe. Minus 30 at the top. So you take these brackets, that'll put 2 minus 30s, and we're probably not done yet. We probably have a few people left to go. I think there was somebody down here that had shot 17 after 9. Let's see if they are still, yeah, so they've still got their round. So when you get up there to the top, we should have maybe 4 people coming in with minus 30s. Maybe 8 people coming in. Maybe the same with minus 29. So we're going to have to shoot better than minus 30, I think, in order to really kind of guarantee us that we're going to get something. And I think in a lot of brackets that'll win. But I don't think that a minus 30 in the weekend round is going to do it. It will in some brackets, no doubt about it. But in a lot of brackets, it'll put you up towards the top where you may end up getting a banner. But if you can pop off that minus 31, now you're in the catbird seat. They're going to interview you if you shoot a minus 30. They might even come and talk to you if you shoot a 29. But anything minus 30 or better, you're going to start getting interviews from the press. And if you shoot a minus 31, people are going to go batshit crazy. All right, thanks for watching. That was the opening round in the summer major. That'll be enough to get me in, and that's really the goal, is just to get in. Let's see what it takes. It should be minus 24 is what it should take to get in, and there's some 24s that aren't going to make it. So even some minimum scores that didn't make it. Let's see what separated Eagles in the opening round. Man, we're getting down to the freaking Eagles in the opening round. That's pretty brutal. Shot a 13 in the opener, and they shot a 13 in the opener. Man, that is getting down to the nitty gritty, seeing some 24s not making it. And look at how many of them there are. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 24s not making it. Got to pick up something. And the best one to pick up is that last par 4. That's our probably the lowest hanging fruit. There's some of these par 3s that are pretty low hanging fruit. They're tough, but they're low-hanging fruit. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. I will see you this weekend. I'm going to try and get my 77 account in. It's 9 o'clock now. I got a little bit to do, and I'll see if I can squeeze it in. If not, this will be the account that you get to see in the weekend round. But we'll find out. Be safe, and have a great weekend.